on the Budget and Foreign Affairs Committees joins us now, because Pennsylvania is front and center in a lot of ways. Let's just pick up right there on the president's approval rating, the job rating in Pennsylvania in September. Not good in terms of 54 believing that he deserves a second term, or rather 54 disapproving and only 44 thinking that the president deserves a second term. How do you turn that around?
Well, I think we are turning around. I think there's no question that it's Pennsylvania is always competitive, as you know, and we'll be watching it and working hard on this. But there's no question that the president and I think the Democrats in Congress have been very clear about our agenda, and that is growing this economy, expanding the opportunity for jobs, helping businesses where we can to be able to do that, and making the necessary investments that are the proper role of government to do, as an infrastructure and education. And I believe, and certainly in southeastern Pennsylvania, and innovative industries that are going to grow for the future. So Pennsylvania is always competitive, and I certainly do believe that we're going to see a strong showing for President Obama in the re-election. But it's always work, as you know.
Congresswoman, in a number of states, we saw that Democratic Congress members did not want to show up with the president on the campaign trail recently. What is your sense among your colleagues as to whether Democrats are running away from the president?
Well, you know, the fact is, in this, every member of Congress has to sort of act in the way they think works best. I think a number of those members are actually coming to Washington to vote, so their regular schedule required them to sort of get on the road. And the president has been coming to Pennsylvania a good bit, as we will expect him to continue to do. And I think that really the issue for us is, and I think we are on the same team here, is that what we're hearing from our constituents, certainly from mine, and certainly in southwestern Pennsylvania, is again, they want a focus on how we work together, how we find common ground, and how we actually grow this economy. We're a great and resilient and country, and our economy is one that still is the largest in the world, and we want to keep it that way. We want to keep growing it, and that doesn't mean what the Republicans are doing, which is really have no agenda on jobs, as you know. And so I think we're very much on the same page as Democrats in Congress and the president. Occasionally we'll disagree with the president. That's our job too.
One of your jobs is also to be on the Foreign Affairs Committee in the House. You just had Secretary Clinton testifying there. There certainly seems to be a feeling of anger at Hamid Karzai and his suggestion, the president of Afghanistan's suggestion that Pakistan, they might side with Pakistan rather than the United States. Secretary Clinton was asked also about being willing to negotiate with the Haqqani network, Pakistan government-supported, allegedly, Haqqani network that even attacked our embassy in Kabul. This is what she had to say.
We want to fight, talk, and build all at the same time. Part of the reason for that is to test whether these organizations have any willingness to negotiate in good faith. There's evidence going both ways, to be clear.
I suspect that you and your Republican colleagues on that committee might have similar views about our attitude towards Pakistan and Karzai and what he said recently. Are you all satisfied that we should be talking or negotiating or reaching out to the Haqqani network?
Well, I certainly think we have to put this in context, and I think that Secretary Clinton has certainly shown great strength and is just over there and being very, very clear with the Pakistanis that we actually have full expectation that they're going to work with us and cooperate with us. And when they don't, as the president showed in his great leadership, and we were going to go after those who would hurt us, terrorists who would hurt the United States, and we did with bin Laden, and that was decisive. It was clear. I don't think there were any mixed messages there by any means, and that's really important going forward. I mean, I think the Secretary has said we're all on the same page. Look, clearly going forward, this is a complicated part of the world. We need Pakistan cooperation in intelligence, in making sure there aren't safe havens for the terrorists, either going into Afghanistan or actually obviously coming after us. We need obviously better cooperation even from the leadership in Afghanistan. So I think she was very clear about that. I think that you're right that there's always a hesitation, and I think there should be in our engaging in any kind of conversation with groups that we consider potentially harmful to us, and certainly terrorists. That said, the Secretary was clear that being able to engage and enabling the Pakistanis and the Afghan leadership to be able to engage in those kind of conversations, they can reach reconciliation, they can reach some stability and security. That's ultimately what we want, so we can bring our young men and women home.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman Allyson Schwartz. And up next, we'll talk about Hillary Clinton with Time's Richard Stengel on